Hello, hello, hello. Oh my god, my nose is so stuffy. I wonder what this air mode does on the microphone. Why not try having it on? Okay, I had sleep pretty late today, but what can you do? I feel like doing some tutorials, replay analysis of my games since I got back from Korea. Even though I haven't been playing much, so it's very sloppy, but that's why it's good to do now. Because I can like point out all the little mistakes that I'm making. So just have a look at all my like recent games. I actually played like one game yesterday and one game the day before. Because I was like testing to see like, do I feel like playing? And I did not feel like playing. Yeah, there is class today. Welcome everyone. Okay, so let's find the first game here. Okay, screen's gone black, so Well, I have not actually played for like even more days than I thought. What is this game? I guess I could start with this one. I mean, probably I'm not going to show like the whole game, even though it's 30 minutes long. So it doesn't matter. Today's lesson, just like standard openings and theory that I learned in Korea from pro gamers. So sometimes the larva spawns here instead of here, so that's why the overlord is here. But you know, given the choice, you want it to be here. Like, so I snuck a drone around because I wanted to still do 11 hatchery, even though the probe came here. But usually you should just do like overpill if you see the probe come. But I'm crazy. So 11 hatchery. Just kind of making sure there's no like cannon rush or whatever. Okay, so you should start your pill by 155. But I've been playing like so badly that it's always late. And also this drone is in the way. So it might not even start until 2 minutes. So basically 12 hatchery with a handicap of one drone. So it was like 12 hatchery spawning pill. But it was 11 hatchery, right? So don't do that. Don't do what I do. Do what I say. And I say you start your spawning fill by 155 if you do 11 hatchery. 2 minutes for 12 hatchery. Should move the larva over. Okay, we saw the build. So just send the scouting drone over here to the 3rd. Make that as soon as possible. So normally you make your Zerglings from here and your drones from here because you want to mine with the drones right away. But my build is a little wonky because I've pulled out of gas. But just, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do that. But just always make sure there's 9 drones in the min. And if you want to make Zerglings or Overlords, you should make them from here. So that the drones can be made from here. Which means that even if you're finished saturating this base here, like there's 9 drones here, it's closer distance to go from here to here than here to here to here. And you don't really need the Zerglings to be here right now because you saw there was nothing coming. So all the Zerglings made from here and the Overlords. Also hide your Overlords. Unless you want like a really fast spire. So the Overlords should like go out of the way of the Corsair path. So this one's trying to hide like up at the top somewhere. Because maybe the Corsair comes like this and then it just misses this one. But maybe it goes like this. So you have to move this one as well. And this one out of the way of like the direct line. And hiding this one over here. So there's one thing to note actually about doing this when you're hiding your Overlords. Make sure once you have your spire finished, you bring them back again. Because you need to have an Overlord here and an Overlord here. Or, you know, Dark Templar can cause you trouble. So what I sometimes do is I like waypoint, like shift click the Overlord here and then back here again. I mean, you'll always have ones here because you're going to make more. But just make sure you bring this one or this one to here. Okay, so this was 5 meter build, which is pretty standard. So basically you're gonna get your Overlords and your second gas, and you're not gonna make like the chamber or the hydrogen right now. You're gonna get another hatchery. So there should have been another hatchery by now. Why am I so poor? Okay, there should be a hatchery here already actually, I think. Unless you want to get the mutas right away. But I'm doing like save up until 500 gas and then make some. It's in a really weird build. This is not going to be useful for anyone, huh? What did you do to your face? What the fuck, did? Oh, my camera is down. Sorry. Wait, what the fuck? The camera is too high. Whatever. Okay, so since he's doing like this retarded build, you just kill the High Templar. Okay, missed the last attack there. But 5 mutas, 2-shot High Templars. So just make sure you're... There's only 3 though, now. focused on High Templar because he's doing most retarded builder. So the rest of the game isn't really going to make sense because he did like the worst build anyone has ever done. But basically, you want to get up to 12 drones here, 12 drones here, 12 drones here. I mean, if you want to be like super try hard, it can be like, you know, like 12 and then 11 and then 11 or whatever. Because there's only 7 patches there. Like 12, 10, 10. But, you know, if you just like make 12 of them, it's easy to see that you have the right number by just selecting over them. But because I went on fast fourth, because on this map, you can kind of just take this base right away. Because you're going to be defending the high ground here. For both of these locations. So you can kind of like over drone here and then transfer some of them, which is what I've done here. And yeah, we killed all the Templar with the mutas, but I think they all died. All the no, we still have 4. So just make sure everywhere is droned up. And you're just like always slowly expanding while playing the game. But there's like nothing else to look at here because the game is just kind of weird. So it was yesterday or today. Yesterday. So it was like a couple of days ago. Okay, we do have one game. Probably don't do the, it looks like short Zerg versus Zerg game. Oh, thank you, an anonymous cheerer. Hi, Jotito. Okay, so Zerg versus Terran on Fighting Spirit. So I don't really like Fighting Spirit, but against Terran is a lot better than against Protoss. Just normal Overlord search path, 12 hat tree. And drone search. And then pill and gas. Make sure you make your pill and gas right away as soon as you can. Making the pill faster will be easier for defending against like 8 barracks. But if you don't care about that, then you can build both of them in like 250 minerals. But just make sure the gas is on time. Make sure you start that one as soon as you have the 50 minerals after the 200. So either on 250 or 50. So we saw that there was a factory here with the Overlord. So you don't need to make Zerglings. And even you don't need Zergling Suite because he's making factories, so you're just going to make a sunken. And you should start your sunken about 3:30. And make sure you go back on gas when your layer is about halfway. And then you can start a second gas right now if you want. If you want like normal amount of gas, then you have to start your second gas before Spire. If you took your drones off of gas. Otherwise you'll be 100 gas behind. But if you don't want fast second guess. Like maybe you want a hatchery instead. Then you can take it at normal timing. But I looked down here because he didn't make a marine and saw the 2 starports. So you start burrow so that you can burrow the drones that the rifts are attacking. But I think my spire was a little slow. It looks a little slow. So I think I made a mistake there. Also, I missed an overlord. Okay, yeah, this is supposed to be an overlord here. Anyway, just borrow the... Okay, I lost a couple of drones. Make sure you borrow them. Then your mutas and scourge, or just mutas, will spawn. And then you just make a queen's nest, like, as soon as you have enough mutas to defend. And get overlord speed as well, so that you can be aggressive. As soon as that finishes, come down. And also make 2 queens, one here, and ensnare. Okay, you don't have to be aggressive like that. Like, he's already got turrets here, and he's got almost a full group of rifts. You can just kind of chill back here, put your mutas either like here or here, and then wait to ensnare them if they ever come out. And then you just make drones. Get, you know, like your hive, your lurkers. You don't even actually have to go lurkers here because he took so long to start making marines. You could just throw down hatcheries, not take this, and just go like pure hydra. And usually the Terran will always come and attack you with their rifts. Unless they know that you have the queens, but they're kind of hidden. So just ensnare the rifts and chase them down and kill them. Just get your second ensnare on the ones that are going the other way if they do that. And I just finished them off. So you have enough gas for like 12 lurkers even. So you're just like super ahead. Like you just can't lose from here, no matter what you do. You've even got defilers. You can get ultras, macro hatcheries. I'm even going ranged attack because I'm going hydro lurker. But you don't have to do that. You can just play whatever kind of style you want. Find another game. Probably I won't do ZVZ. What kind of game do you guys want to see? Could do one of these ones, bonus ones. Omega Squadron, probably not. This was a really dumb game, so this is not really a useful one. ZVZ, ZVZ. Or do you guys want more ZVT? I'm not sure what kind of games I have actually. Games against Rider. Got games against Red. More of them even. Games against Rider. You want to see ZVP? Versus lots of Goliath. I'm not sure how many replays I have against Goliaths. Yes, I do play on Optimizer sometimes. But I haven't since I got back from Korea. I think I vetoed it actually. Should I play with division? Should I watch with division off for the enemy? Anyway, 11 hatchery. And you want to actually, maybe I didn't do it, but make sure you build your pill at 155 or sooner if you can. But you'll have the money at 155. Like, I even had it a little sooner. So make sure you have a drone sitting here waiting to be a spawning pill. Like, you can make like a chamber and then cancel when the drone's right in the middle. And then make the pill like right away. It's so important. I don't do it, but you'll see why that like causes me problems later on. Like, if this pill was actually on time, then you would get your lings like before the zealot even comes up here. And don't suicide your drones to probes, because it's a pretty big handicap. So you'll see the lings are not quite spawning at the ideal time because the pill was like 5 seconds later or something. Like, they would have already spawned, they would already be fighting. But now I have to pill like a couple of drones up here, and then I'm gonna even lose this one because I didn't make my pill right away. And then there's another one's gonna die, no, maybe even one more, no. Okay. And then you've kind of got a choice of what you want to do from here. You can either go into like speed and then just throw down hatcheries everywhere. And then match your hydrogen timing to their Stargate finishing. Like, when the Stargate finishes, that's when you need to start your hydrogen. Or you can go layer first from here, because you can kind of see their timing of their core. But his core is like a little fast. Like, some people will just keep making zealots and have a slower core, and the zealots will just keep coming. So you can get your like spire at a really good timing. But it doesn't look like I'm gonna get the best timing. Like, if I make it now, like, I could, I would have to hide my overlords, and he's probably gonna get 1 or 2 overlords, which is not too bad. You can definitely do it still. And make sure you make hydras here instead of the extra drone or 2 that I made here. And then you won't lose that overlord. Okay, so there's with this speed, with this build, there is overlord speed right away because it was layered down, not speed and then hatcheries and then hydrogen, which is like, I wouldn't say the normal anymore, but it's like the classic way to play against one gateway. But with the fast layer, that means you get overlord speed, which means you can actually be aggressive, even though there's Corsairs. And then you can start making drones when, well, it kind of depends on the timings and stuff. Like, if they send their zealots out somewhere, and then you kill them all, then you make drones, right? But if they just sat here with their zealots and didn't come out, then you're gonna need more hydras than normal, because they're going for like more like a mid-game kind of style. So you want to force cannons. so that they can't just throw down all their gateways right away. Because for every one cannon, there's one less gateway, right? Or one slower gateway. So just force all the cannons and you see that there's loads of them. Even the overlords suicided in here accidentally. Saw them all. So you can just come back and then defend and start making drones. Get all your usual infrastructure, 6 hatcheries, chamber, spire, whatever. Do I not make a spire? Okay, a little slow. You can make the spire a little sooner. Okay, so now the gateways are only just starting because, like, even though I was like pretty far behind from losing 2 drones and having to move the drones and losing the drone to the probe, so that's like 3 drones that you shouldn't really lose if you build your pill on time and you don't like troll with your drone fighting the probe. Then you'd be in a much better position. But you can see, like, I'm already catching up on supply because of the forest cannons. So, but you do have to consider, like, did he attack with his zealots or did he stay here with them? And make sure you make your drones at the right timing according to what he's doing. Looks like I'm going for a meta switch here, which is a good choice, I think, because he only made like 3 Corsairs, but he recognized that I was doing that, I think, and then he started making more. He already has +1. Make sure you have enough drones everywhere. And then have drones even coming out for when this is finished, unless you need units. Sometimes, like, say for example, you didn't get these cannons. He didn't have to make them for some reason, and he got his gateways right away. Then his attack could be coming like very soon. So in that case, you would make only units with all your larvae. But because he doesn't seem to have a good timing, he seems to be like a little behind now somehow, then you can make drones. But it looks like I didn't make my drones. Where are my drones? Why do I have so many overlords? Okay. So I should have started drones here. So that's one big mistake I've done so far. That's another big mistake, is losing all your mutas to max range Corsairs. So if I still had like my full group of mutas, I could have just swooped in here, kill this, kill these 2. And then I would have all my drones here, and then I would just be pumping hydras. Even there should be like another hatchery here if I did my economy properly. So then I would just have infinite hydras, and then he's just screwed, right? Because you can just come here, do whatever you want. But huge mistake there, blunder, losing all the mutas. And then you can start getting like lurker tech and take this guys, or you can expand one more time somewhere like here or here instead of getting the gas, and then you can go only hydras. But it looks like I've gone for some sort of in-between move of just be tilted that you lost your mutas and then throw the game. What am I doing? So a lot of mistakes here leading up to the end of this game. So I didn't get the gas or another base. So we're gonna lose. No point in watching the rest of it. What is this one? Why specifically Korean basics? Because it's what you learn from Korean. It's what Koreans teach. These basics, right? Like, what would foreigner basics be like? I don't know. So I could probably have just specified basics in general basics. So again, this was 1100 and then drones, because the probe came so early, and it was like coming back down here. So usually they do that with either a Nexus or Forge opening, because if it's a gateway, they want to like either harass the drones down so that their zealots can come in and two-shot them, or they want to like block your third. But he was like acting like he is not doing gateway, so I made 2 extra drones, but I don't recommend doing that actually. Another drone handicap. So let's check what he's doing with his gas, his tech. Make sure your layer is matched up nicely with his attack timing. And then at about 420, that's when you leave with your overlords. It's easy to remember because, 420 blaze it, which is also when, if you take your Zergling speed at the normal timing, layer and then speed, that's also when your speed finishes as well. Although you only do that in like Zerg versus Zerg or Zerg versus Terran. But it's always good to remember 420. And about 5 minutes, you want to like check on their forge spinning. So you see that it has started spinning at like 5:30. So you can kind of guess that he went on Stargate Citadel +1. And not like Stargate +1 and then Citadel, if it was a little sooner. So you kind of know what he's doing from the Zergling, even though your overlord left. So you can just hide them all again. You want to put them out of the direct path of scouting. But he found this one anyway. But he didn't find this one. And these ones were made like a little too early maybe. So maybe he wouldn't have found this one if it was just spawning now. So since there was like a lot of damage done to the Corsairs, then you want to make even more Scourge. Well, you don't have to do this really, but because the Corsairs got damaged, I think, did one of them die even? Yeah, one of them died. Then you have like a timing, right? Meta Scourge timing. Even though you're going for 6 hit trees and it's like the most macro build you can do, you killed one of the Corsairs and damaged 2 of them. So you still have a really nice timing. Also, you should pull your Zerglings back about this timing, because there's either going to be a Dark Templar or there's going to be like speed zealots coming out. So just, you can like leave one of them, right? You can leave one Zerg here, but you should pull these ones back, and you should also check to see if there's like a blur. And get an Overlord here and get ready to make hatchery here as well. And the Sunkins are going to stop the Dark Templar, so you don't have to worry about defending with your mutas. And you just get the nice... Did all the Corsairs die? Okay. So we killed all their Sailors really nicely. And there should be... there was one muta that didn't quite come over. So just get all your Hydra upgrades, your +1, your Overlord speed, just like normal, and still be expanding. You shouldn't really expect to get this much damage done. And you probably shouldn't rally drones to your opponent's base either. So this should have started already. It's a little slow. Kill the Dark Templar. Make sure you start your range right away and your +2 right away. And these drones were to mine here, but this didn't start. Missing drones here actually as well, so maybe these ones were for here. So make sure you always have, you know, a control group of drones at each base for 6 hatchery production. Because if you have only 1 drone per patch, then that's only going to support 5 hatchery production. So you're going to have a lot of spare larvae. So make sure you mine here properly. And get this on the right time. Start your +2 right away. See, I haven't started. Okay, right away. And you don't have to be aggressive. Just normally, if the game will not be this simple. They'll put like a nexus here and they'll be like defending, or they'll not have a nexus at all and they'll be going for like one big attack. So you can just defend. But if they're coming here, then you can just put a little bit of pressure on. You see there's a lot of space here. And then you can choose what you want to do from there. If you want to make mutas based on like what kind of army they have. They have Corsairs. They have Dark Archons. And if you want to go Lurkers or if you want to go Hive. Usually Hive timing is if they have 3 gas, right? So if they only have 2 gas, like this map is so good for Zerg because Protoss can't get 3 gas here because there's no gas here. So they have to come like all the way here or all the way here. So you pretty much never have to go Hive on this map. But usually you would start your Hive when they get all 3 gas. And then you can start switching to Zerglings and Lurkers. But the game ended. So do you want more ZVP or what is this game? How important is drone boosting? Okay, so earlier I mentioned the 155 spawning pool. Like if you don't have your drones mining efficiently, like drone boosting where you can, or just like mining into the corner of your hatchery, then it's hard to get your pool at the right time. So then your game will always be awkward, like that first game. where the zealot got in and got to kill one of the drones. So if you don't do your boosting, you're always going to have that problem. If you do hatchery first builds. But you should do it no matter what the build is, right? You always want to play like efficiently. Okay, I don't know what this build is going to be. Okay, oh dear. Oh dear. Did we get it on 155 for the first time ever? Okay, maybe like 1 second slow. But much better this time because the drones are all mining correctly. Like you see there's none of them mining like here or here. They're all mining to either this corner or this one. So optimal mining. See, they mine a lot faster when they're mining to the corner. So there's no zealot coming here. Did you ask why before I told you why? Or hello, is this going to be on YouTube? Maybe, I don't know. So make sure you make your overlord and your zerglings here, drones here, so that you can mine faster. Did I not get zergling speed? Oh no, I already have it. So I think I saw earlier the force, did I not? Anyway, if you see that it wasn't spinning, then usually it's either like fast archives or reverb or like DT drop or something. So always check if the forge is spinning. And pull your length back at the DT timing. So again, 1 sunken at each base because it was a DT opening. So just make sure you don't lose too many drones. I don't know what he's salty about. Okay, nicer timing on the hatchery here. The chamber should have been a little faster though. And always check your drones, make sure there's a control group at each base. You see there's loads of drones on the gas here instead of here somehow. So make sure you're not doing that. And make sure you start +2 right away. Overlord speed. And there should have been another hatchery here. Is there a reason why there wasn't? No, I'm just dumb. So you should always have 2 hatcheries per base. So you see there's 4 bases, so it should be 8 hatcheries. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there should be one more. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here. It doesn't really matter. Usually people are going to make it here. And again, the gas timing, either you can take it right away if you want to go lurkers or mutas or any kind of attack. But if you're doing only hydras, you can like start this base and then the gas here. Anyway, this game looks too easy. So that was a lot of ZVP, maybe. Do you have any Terran games? Okay, don't know what these are. Okay, let me just see what this game is. Okay, looks like just SK Terran. Sure, let's watch this one. Wait, what? Are they random? They might be random. What is my bell? Okay, so they're probably random, but 11 pill is actually pretty reasonable against Terran. Well, I mean, you normally start your hatchery and then the gas right away. But I guess they were random. So I was making the gas at a slightly earlier timing in case there's Zerg. They must have been random. Because it looks like a ZVZ so far. Or maybe I thought there was Zerg. Let's see. If I make more lings, then I thought there was Zerg. No, I knew they were random. Okay, maybe this is not the best game to watch since I thought they were random. And they did the dumbest build ever. So this is 1-1-1. Should I even watch this one? It's not going to be very good. What is SimCity? This is not a very typical game, so there isn't really much to teach here. Like sniping those vessels, you shouldn't even be able to get away with, so I think these lurkers were on hold position because the vessel died. So yeah, I just have Sunkins here and just defend the easy game because his build is awful. Just watching the dropship go around. What is he doing? I don't understand. Okay. Not your normal game, so not a good one, honestly. There's gotta be some good, like maybe the ones against red were like pretty standard. Sure, red won't mind, right? Hi Ollie, how are you doing? Okay, 12 hatchery, pill, gas. Oh, and this is circuit breaker. So I've done the horizontal overlord. But if you don't like this, you can just put one here. But the reason I like this, especially on circuit breaker, is if you can actually get it over here without running into like an 8 racks here or something and then having to come back here, then you've got an overlord on this side and on this side. But if you get your first one here, then your second one can't really come all the way over here. It has to stop like here. So kind of greedy to send your overlord like this, but a lot of people will do this, but not always. Just like you don't want to get like metagamed by people knowing your overlord pathing. Start your layer right away. Okay, it looks like I've gone for 2.5 hatchery build, where you pill off of gas because you're not going for Zerling speed. You're going for a hatchery instead. Don't really recommend doing it unless you have experience with that kind of play, but it's kind of plays similar to 3 hatchery. So you can kind of imagine that you're playing 3 hatchery when you do this build. Like you can open 2 hatchery and then you decide, okay, he's doing standard play, so I'm just gonna go 3 hatchery. But it's like with a faster spire. Like you can start your spire at like 4 minutes or so if you do it right, and still use all your larvae. Hello. I mean, we have the money to do it, but we're kind of retarded, so. And then you can get speed a little slower. And then it'd be more like 3 hatchery than 2 hatchery. I don't know why we made Zerlings and Sunkins. Okay, somehow we only made 4. But this is like, it's not really like proper to hatchery style, because you get a few more drones. And then you play it kind of like 3 hatchery, where you get a far base in the corner, and you look to put lurker eggs here. And you go up to about a control group of drones at each base if they don't run away from you. One of them should have been here, another one here. Also, my attack is slow. There should be a Hydrodan and a Queen's Nest. Where? Hello? Is this bugged? Okay, really slow. Really slow. Also, really bad macro. kind of bad overlord positioning too. This one should have moved over here. So we one here now. A new one over here. Probably could have got one here as well. This one could have moved over. And the lurkers should already be morphing here. But it's not even. It's only just started. And the hydras are not going. Did I not make any hydras? Okay, maybe this game is not ideal. So you just kind of make sure they're not doing any aggressive move outs and borrow your 3 lurkers or destroyers. Make sure you don't borrow it too close to the edge here. Like if you borrow it like here, they can surround it, like here and here. But you still want to be able to attack, like the Marines are right here. So you want to borrow them like a little higher, like maybe here. Oh, and you can block with a single egg. If you put the Hydra right here. See how there's like a little shadow there? Put the like right click right there. And then morph an egg. Like the little shadow here. Just click right there. And then have your other 2 up here. So we didn't do this build that well. In fact, we don't even have the lurker. Oh, we do have lurker tech. But we don't have any over here because we made them too slow. Oh, they're only just starting. Okay, where's the Nidus? Okay, usually you'd have your Nidus already started. And then it would be coming down. And then you probably still lose. Actually, I think I did a base race, but it's not ideal anyway. So probably shouldn't have watched that one, huh? I won just like a standard game. But it wasn't very well executed. Should have 12 drones on minerals at each base. Okay. Okay, again, 12 hatchery. And make sure you're mining into the corner. Pill gas. So right there, I did the trick where you don't quite have 250. So there's like 2, 3, and I start the pill, and then like grab a drone, like say this one, and then tell it to build an extractor. And then even though I can't afford both of the buildings, these 2 drones are gonna return the minerals before it starts. So then you'll start your gas like the fastest possible if you time it perfectly and like this. But you can't expect to do it perfectly, even though I did it here. So it's kind of advanced, so maybe just make sure you build it as soon as you can. So again, there's like the reverse search overlord path, which usually you wouldn't do on this map unless you open pool first, cause it's a little dangerous on this map. But it's good to mix it in like once in a while. Keep them guessing, cause sometimes they're gonna see this and think you did pool opening because you're doing this path, or sometimes they're gonna think you always do this overlord, even though like maybe like 80% of the time you go here. But this is really nice because now you can drone search cross map, and the overlords will get here, and the drone will get here, like all at the same time. Just in time to see what build they're doing, like command center or factory command center. So layer and then speed. So it's pretty standard overlord. Drones here. Oh, we made a small mistake, right? So this extra larva here could have already started being a drone instead of this one, because this one here could have all just sat there, and this one would have finished. Like this one would have finished by now, even though the larva wasn't quite ready here. It would be better to wait like half a second and then make it here, because then this drone would already be coming to mine. Not a huge deal, but... And make sure you start your spire right away at 4 minutes, but I have not done so. Hello? Okay, a little slow. Don't do it slow though, because it's really important that you make it at 4 minutes. Otherwise, they can get a timing when their academy finishes to just come over and get a position under here while your mutas are not quite ready. Even though it's cross map, right? Because if your spire is slow, then there's going to be like an extra 5 seconds time for them to get over here. So don't do that. Don't do like I do. Do like I tell you to do. Okay, this overlord should not be here. I could have just waited there. Okay, so when your spire is about halfway, you make 2 overlords, but you start this. So right after you make your spire, you start your gas and you send out a drone to make the 3rd hatchery. And then you go up to 25. And then you make 2 overlords. And you can rally them like down here. I feel like something's gone a little wrong, but I feel like, yeah, we could have maybe used one of these larvae to make a drone for here. So you want to start your... What is this build? Why do I never play normal? You want to start your 6 mutas, and then usually you want to do 8 mutas right away. But I'm being like tricky. So I've started hydrogen after the 6 mutas. Well, and I'm getting +1. New build, Pog Temp. So normally you would get this gas here right away. The other option is you can get a chamber If you wanted like to crazy Zerg after metas, for example, then you could get a chamber right away instead of the gas right away. Or you could do zero style, which is you just start another hatchery over here, or here, or here, and then get your second gas after you have like 4 hatcheries started. This is the Denziville. What are we doing? So just meter harass and try to make them think that you're doing like 2 hatchery style. Meanwhile, you're getting lurkers. Well, there's even 3 gas lurkers. There's gonna be so many. Okay, probably don't send your drones out though. So there's only 8 meters. But the Terran is not coming out. Which usually means you're doing like some sort of fast textile. So this is like kind of a metagame that I've went all lurkers here. Because if they were moving out, then it could be kind of dangerous for this one timing right now. When I only have these 7 meters. But I'm guessing like in the previous game it was like he didn't move out. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna metagame you in this one. But this is also a really good build for when it's laggy. Because you don't want to make more meters, right? But you wouldn't make them here in a normal game where they're moving out. You would have to like block the ramp or something and have the rest of them like here. That would be a good strategy for a lagging game. Okay, there was supposed to be hold possession lurkers, but I'm guessing something went a little wrong. These ones didn't start because the Overlord died somewhere. Okay, a little sloppy as well, not using all the larvae. Okay, finally a Queen's Nest for like a swarm all-in follow-up. But this, like, I've played it so aggressively that I just have no plans of ever droning up here. Yeah, this is gonna be Zerglings. So I don't really recommend playing it so basically all in like this. Yeah, not ideal. This is now very hard to play from here. Do we not just play normal in any of these games? Oh dear. So you started going all in for like no real reason. Can we get a normal game? A normal ZVT? I must have played at least 1 or 2. I swear I play normal usually. Dun dun dun. Okay, 12 hatchery. Pill, and the gas is actually, I could have already, like, if I did the trick from the last game, I could already have started. But you see, it's going to be a little slow. And the reason why there is a drone here is because I'm sending the overlord directly here. So I need to know if there is a barracks like here, because then I have to put the overlord here. But also, the main thing is I want to check the gas, because if he does put a wall here, then I want to be able to come in and see what's going on. Okay, layer. This looks more normal. You don't have to do this. Don't do this. But the reason is there's already 9 drones here, so this one's going to transfer. So on the way to transfer, you can try to hit the SCV. But if it comes up here, it's not worth chasing. Just like move around here a little and then come here. So after 9 drones here and 3 drones here, the rest are coming here. And you're making lings and overlords from here and drones from here where possible. Like only if you want to make lings. But we already have 4. And he's making a bunker. So we're never making more lings now. Cause this wall, like, you're never gonna break here. So just playing standard, started spire, then second gas, and then pill the drone up here. Then drone to, including this hatchery, 24, but not including it, 25. And then 2 overlords. Rallied them here with 3 overlords. So about +1, there's like 2 ways to do it, or there's like actually like 3 ways to do it. Either you can do like 6 mutas and then start +1. Or you can do 8 mutas and then start +1. Or you can do 7 mutas +1 and an overlord, but I already made the other overlord. So if you want to do the 8 mutas before +1, it gives you a better timing for like all coming in here and then picking up SCVs. But if they're moving out like this, then you're not really as concerned about the 7 or 8 muta timing into here. You're more concerned about just getting +1 faster, so that you can hit like the second timing instead, because you have to defend against these guys with the mutas because they're kind of far out. So you can't just run all the way around. But he does come back. So as it turns out, I could have got the 8 mutas to here right now. And then I would be able to come in like now. And I would have already got there. And I could have killed this SCV, this one, this one, this one, this one. But it was a little slow because I got +1. Because I thought I was going to fight them right here. So I kind of got tricked a little. But I come in anyway. I see there's already 2 turrets here. And it looks kind of scary to come in from behind. So you just keep making mutas from here and overlords whenever you need them. And from here, it's all drones. And then you start your gas right away with your first drone here. And then you mine with the next 3 drones. And then you start your hydrogen. But for some reason, I'm experimenting. Like usually in these kind of practice games, I'm experimenting. So there's usually something that's a little weird. So normally you make this a little later. But I'm trying to go for like extra fast lurkers. Oh, and you also want to make sure any overlords you pull out here with your muta grip for your muta micro when you have your 11 mutas and 1 overlord. You want to like deselect it and put it somewhere like here or you know, wherever, or bring it back home. And make sure all your like overlords are not rallied across the map, because a lot of people seem to do that. Even pro gamers actually. So just try to get good engages or slow them down or make them use stem with your mutas. You don't have to be crazy. You don't have to do loads of damage because you're going for this like lurker timing. Yikes. So all drones here and all hydras here. And just kind of keeps them busy while your lurkers are morphing. And then you can get a queen's nest and then a chamber. Or you can just go full retard. What are we gonna do? Oh, and the best position, of course, is to be between their base and their marines. But this is kind of late now, like it's already got so many that it's gonna be up to the lurkers really. But you want to try to prevent them like rallying more over. So I've prevented him sending more. These will be on hold position, hoping that he scans here and goes, oh, there's lurkers here, I'm gonna come and take this position, and then you kill them all. Just picking up what you can. Where is the queen's nest? Hello? It looks like we're going full retard again. Oh, I see what we're doing. We're gonna take these lurkers and like send them around this way, and then have like these ones to defend, and then come around with the mutas and the lurkers. After like making them look like they're the ones that are moving back here. Yeah, because there's no queen's nest, so we must be, yeah, okay. We're just going for the full retards. Don't recommend, to be honest. Okay, finally the other hatchery. Still no queen's nest. Looks like it's gonna work. But I wouldn't rely on this. Do I not ever play normal? Yeah, and of course you have so much back home because you didn't even start hive, that you have so many lurkers. the 10,000 lurker build. And then you have 3 stacked here, another one. And this one can be an egg here to be annoying. But it's not really standard. Oh. Yeah, fuck Hive, right? You don't need Hive. Well, we played a lot of games. Circuit breaker. Okay, 12 hatchery. Oh, and this is pill search. So normally with pill search, you do the sideways search with the overlords, the other one goes here, and then drone goes across. Which is a good timing to see if they're doing a bunker rush, because this one has to go here, right? So it's not going to see the bunker. So you want to send the drone a little later than normal, so that it's like hangs around here a little longer. And also it gets here on time anyway. Plus the other 2 overlords are going to get there as your drone gets here. So it works out really well. Pill search with reverse overlord. Layer. See the command center. 4 Zerglings. Well, more Zerglings. 8 Zerglings. Wait. Okay, drones. Okay, we went for a little kind of cheeky Zergling timing attack here. I mean, there was like, okay, the supply depot was where the bunker normally is. And like, normally you'd have the depot like here and then the bunker here. So I saw the Sun City looked like advantageous for me. Like he has to put SCVs here or put his Marines here and drill. But then if you have 8 Zerglings, you can kind of put 2 of them here and kill SCVs and kind of force them to come out. So I traded with the Marines. It wasn't quite like all in. Casimir drones kind of. Thank you for 2 balloons. Okay, so Mira's now. And carapace. So usually with carapace, you're planning to do guardians, or you're thinking they're going Valkyries, or both, right? Or you just want to play in a certain way where you maintain your initial group of mutants and not make more of them. Bye, thank you. 1 + 1 is 2. So now we have 7 meters, which is enough to one-shot SCVs. So we have the option to like sneak in here and kill SCVs. But because of the turrets, we might not get many. Okay, not the best control. But did get a few. Okay, the Marines are kind of dwindling away. So we just stay here and kill more. And again, you make your drones here and you get the extractor with the first one, and then the next 3 you're going to mine. Make sure you have 1 drone per patch here. And then when you have 8 meters or more, you can 3-shot a turret. Okay, a little miss micro, but fine. So we want a carapace, so you should start at Queen's Nest here as the first building. I should already have started Queen's Nest. Hello. Am I dumb? What if I'm dumb? Okay, looks like we're just doing meter all in. Looks like we've sort of identified that we've done enough damage here to just keep making meters and send them over. Hello. Please make a Queen's Nest. Oh dear. Okay, we're just going all in. Never mind. We're never gonna play standard. But it looks like it just works. Huh? It just works. It just works. Can we get a normal game? Can we get a normal game? I think you played more normal on the day before. Circuit breaker. I think Eclipse is a good one. Or Sylphid. 12 minutes. You reckon that's normal play? Okay, 17 minutes. This has got to be like something at least like that lasts for 17 minutes. So good enough. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 12 hatchery, I'm guessing. Good, good. Normal, okay. Okay, small drone handicap. Don't suicide your drone. And maybe don't chase again. Don't chase up to here. Although the SUV is kind of dying, so maybe. Oh. Unlucky. Oh, the Zerg could get it. Oh, I got stuck. Unlucky. Thank you, big boy, again. So, Spire, then Gas, then Pillar Drone, then Hatchery. Go up to 26 here. Hatchery. Because we only made it 2 Zerglings. They probably rallied down here. So our mules should spawn in time for these Marines coming across here. It's a little dicey. Could maybe have started 1 sunken just to be safe there. But he didn't come across, so And then you go 8 mutas, and then +1, then 2 overlords. And then here, oh, we should have already had one drone here that started the gas. Like the other ones don't matter as much, but this one should have already. Like it would have been worth even to make like a creep colony here just for the extra 1 supply to make the gas center. Or to just like pill a drone out here. Well, there's extra drones here. So I should have pilled one of these drones to here. And then here all mutas. And here all drones. Standard is gas, but you can also do chamber. You just have to like force stems really, or just keep them in their base. You don't have to do too much with the mutas. Okay, we got a medic kill, which is nice. Don't expect to get them. And we suicided the Zergling to get a couple of Marines. But the Zergling is actually kind of useful for all checking positioning. Okay, make sure you try and position between the Marines and here. He's not quite moving out though, but just be ready to always be between these two groups. And then hydrogen, lurker, queen's nest. And then after you start hive, you can start your chamber. And then you can start a hatchery here, 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 wherever you feel like they're not going to check right away. Okay, chamber, hive, hello. Are we AFK? Hello? Hello, please. Okay, thank you. Chamber, hatchery. Okay, there should be an expansion hatchery going down already. Like here, and then now there's enough money here where one of these guys should be a drone. And then this drone makes the hatchery here. This should have been a drone. These should have all been drones, not hydras. I don't need the hydras right now. The hydras are a little too soon because I made enough mutas and I have enough time here that these should have been drones and hatchery and expansion. Or here. Here's the double gas, so it's kind of like risk reward. This overlord should be here. This one should be here. These ones should not be here. It should be somewhere else. This one should have probably moved down here by now. And then after you made those drones and the hatcheries, then all the next larvae would be the hydras for the lurkers. And then these ones would be the hydras for lurkers as well. But you would have fully saturated here. So, not the best. A lot of mistakes here. Okay, this is finally going down. Finally, and then there'll be a hatchery here, yeah. But we haven't replaced the drone. Okay, this is fine. This one here will go back here. And then we're gonna add on Zerglings. And get crack. And get a defiler mound somewhere. Hello. Okay, I guess we're too focused on here. But we really do need the defiler on time. And you can make your canal and your main. And then you can rally here. Or you can make it down here and rally here. It's kind of like personal preference, to be honest. And it also kind of depends how the game is going sometimes. Like, it can depend on your opponent. If your opponent likes to do dropships, it's better to rally here and have your knights here. But if you want to put on more pressure, it should be here. Because your army is more ready to go. And also here is good for, if they're like trying to irradiate your defiler, you can just pop in the canal. And then they can't irradiate it. And then you pop back out and you swarm. Or if your lurker is like stacked under an overlord. Or you can be here with your defiler and have Scourge here. So like whichever one you decide to do, you have to be familiar with how to make the best use of that one. Are we going Hydras? Oh, there's so many lurkers. Okay, usually you don't need this many lurkers. You can get Ultra Cavern. But it looks like I've gone for no Ultra style. Okay, these should have been drones. We're like AFK. There should be a lot of drones. Should even be maybe another 2 macro hatcheries by now and loads of drones everywhere. Should we have fill group here? Should we have fill group here? Should we have group here, here? We have no drones. Because we made all these lurkers. Which would be great if we actually like had a defiler over there. Is this bugged? It is bugged. Okay, that explains a lot. That explains quite a lot, I'd say. What is happening in this game? I love how in bugged replays the units just like move around randomly. Oh my god, please. Okay, well, we almost had a normal game except it bugged. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. It looks like all these ones might be buggy. Because they're a little older. That was the one from earlier. I guess there's this one. I don't know what it is though. Oh my god. Can I suspect that it's benzene, ZVT, so it's definitely not going to be normal. It's not going to be standard. I guess I just don't have enough replays yet. So maybe I'll just do this one last one, because it looks like I don't really have any other replays. Hello, Lair. Okay, so we saw the factory, I guess. So no speed. Getting ready to make a sunken, but he doesn't want to have an SCV anymore. Okay, it's definitely on time. Not the best city maybe, because I'm not sure if the hatchery can fit here. Because the minerals are kind of near. Because usually you will have your hatchery on the side because it's not next to the minerals. But it looks like it's okay actually. Maybe they can fit through here, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe there is a gap here. But not a very big one. So if he has like 4 vultures, they're gonna like go crazy on each other there. Thank you, big boy. So it was 1-on-1. So there's a couple of Scourge and 5 Munos. Oh, and you start Overlord speed because there's usually 3 responses to mute openings as 1-on-1. One is Vessels, where you don't need Overlord speed, but you'll see it in time to cancel. The other is Cloaked Raves, where you get like 3 Raves and Cloak before you start to make Vessels. And so for that one, you want to get the Overlord speed so you can come and be aggressive and do some damage to them. And the other is Valkyries, which you kind of want Overlord speed for. Because if you don't, they'll like kill off your Overlords that are hanging around wherever. So I'm gonna see the vessel tech here and cancel. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the rave. Okay, expansion here. And you want to throw down your Queen's Nest like right away. But I haven't done that. Also a chamber. You want to get a fast chamber, fast Queen's Nest. And go Hive +1. Oh dear. 5 kills. Oh dear. Okay, we still don't have the Queen's Nest or the chamber. Kind of tunnel visioning on killing all of the SCVs. Hello. At least we replaced the drones that all died for no reason. Oh dear. Hello? Technology? Okay, technology. No chamber though. Is this one bugged as well? Better not be. Hydrogen? Where's the chamber? Oh my god. What is this Duncan? Okay, we've got the vessel. Oh dear, this bell is awful. Okay, it's fireman's. Where's the canal? Where's the Nidus? Hello? Oh, all these drones. Looks like we lose. But maybe no. We're both playing pretty awful, huh? Okay, now there's a chamber. Where's the canal? Nidus canal. Did we even get consumed? Is there play? Hello? Okay, I'm never playing StarCraft ever again. Okay, maybe you can play a couple of games here. Even though it's like 1 a.m. I'll play one game at least. Because I haven't played for a few days. So that means I'm going to play even more awful than all of these replays. Play one game. Try to mine to the corner. One drone per patch. Make sure they're all mining properly. This one. Zoom. I guess I'll just try to do 11 hatchery. Since it's what I've been doing. Okay, didn't quite send it on time. Okay, try to get the 155 pill. Okay, 140, 54 even. So that's really nice. So we should be on time for Lings against Gateway. I don't see any Zelts coming. So you can make all drones here, or you can make 4 Zerglings. If you make 4 Zerglings, it's because you want to deny their scouting. Okay, check his tech timing is really slow. So he might have a second gateway like here. Or he might just be kind of awful. So hide the overlord somewhere. Okay, he's a little retarded. This is fine. And we're a Dark Templar timing. Okay, you usually won't be able to quite get as much damage as this, but just make hydras everywhere. And make sure you watch him moving out, because now you have to defend against these guys here, and then you probably just win the game. So you don't have to be greedy. Make sure you get your range right away. And then start making drones for the space down here. Okay, his Corsairs are here, not here. So we don't have to go back home. And he only has 3 of them. Okay, shoot another hatchery here. And you can start your gas if you want to go like lurkers or mutants. I don't have any gas. And you don't really need hive because he's not actually getting this gas here. And you want to like make like a hatchery or something just to be annoying. Oh, and if you press stop just before you burrow, like stop it and burrow, it'll burrow like really fast. Oops, change the did I? Okay, the game has broken. Stop and then burrow will burrow faster. So it's a habit. I always do it. But I always do it because it's a habit. Even when I don't have to do it, like there's no one here, I'm still gonna usually do it. Oh, and remember to get your carapace after +2. And always have 2 hatcheries at each base. So I built another drone here to make another hatchery. I need to accumulate more reasonable replays for doing tutorials. Don't really have good ones. It's kind of annoying. That is it from me though. Oh, Artosis is streaming. Go and watch Artosis. Good night, everyone.